When you talk to people about America, you immediately think of fast food, straight roads, Hollywood, but most importantly, muscle cars. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the best of them all, the 2018 Ford Mustang GT.
Welcome to the Ford Mustang, ladies and gentlemen. This is the 2018 Mustang GT, so basically it's the facelift, so it still has the 5 litre Coyote V8, but it's gone up from 420 horsepower up to 460, and it's gone up another 20 foot-pounds of torque, so from 400 up to 420. So the power is sent to the rear wheels via a limited slip differential. 0 to 60 happens in just under 4 seconds. So this has got the 6-speed manual gearbox, however there is a 10-speed auto available as well, which wasn't available in the previous model. What Ford have done though, to get the additional horsepower, they put in a GT350 intake, so to give it the extra boost. And I tell you what, it's worked wonders, but it's lethal to drive. However, there is also a base model. There's a 2.3 litre and a 2.3 litre EcoBoost. However, the power on that's gone from 286 up to 310. Now, I don't know why anyone would want a 4-cylinder, because it's just stupid. However, because this car started at about £35,000. However, you can option them up to be a bit more. There are a few things. There's a few things that I don't like about this car. For example, it's got such a small fuel tank. It's only a 61 litre tank. It just feels there's a few cheap plastics in here which lets the car down as well. But what I do like, it's a surprisingly likeable car. It's a nice car to drive. It's a good looking car. So every time I go near the throttle, I can feel the car trying to slide out on the back end. That's because the power is sent to the rear wheels. It's 460 horsepower. See, in third gear, you can get this up to over 100 miles an hour. Now, if you want to be a proper hooligan, you can put this into race mode or track mode, which is where it's just you driving the car. There's no driver assist tool whatsoever. And I think if you're looking at getting an American muscle car, I think the only good reason you'd buy a 4-cylinder is just so you can get to know what the Mustang brand is about. Or if you want to go up one, there's a 3.7 litre V6 as well. But if you want proper fun, I'll drop it down again, you can proper hear it go. You want the V8. What's clever about this is it's got something called line lock, so it will allow me to lock the front wheels and then you can just spin up the rears, which is a good way of losing all your tyre treads and all that. sound of a V8. It's phenomenal. However, if I wanted to go and buy a fast Ford though, I think I'd go for an RS. It's just something I prefer more about the RS. It's front wheel drive and you've got 345 horsepower going to the front wheels. And I just, there's something that's holding me back from stopping to go one of it. I just prefer the RS. I just think it's a much more presentable and nicer car to drive. Yeah, the steering's not overly good on this car. That's the thing that was disappointing with the old one. In America, this car is fantastic. Don't get me wrong, because the roads are straight, it'll be fantastic. Over here, it's not so good. I can feel a little bit of play on the car. Because most of the weight's on the front with your 5 litre Coyote V8, you can feel it going light on the back end, and this will slide around the corners. It's just, what this is a pure muscle car. It's just, this is the first time I'm going to say this. It's the first time I'd actually buy a muscle car, and it's the only muscle car I'd buy. We've got an open stretch of road here, so I'll give it a little bit. The ride on this is quite stiff. It's got something called Magna Ride. It's quite stiff, which you can adjust as well. I can get into all the car's control system and have a mess around with all the settings as well, so I can make the car much harder to drive and all that. I'd only drive two-handed because I can feel it trying to twitch on its back end as well, and it's quite alarming to drive. You're always on the edge when you're driving this. And these Brembo brake calipers need to be fitted on the car. They're absolutely fantastic. You can stop in an instant, and it's got enough torque to rip your face off. It's that powerful. What I like about this is that it's got something where you can change the exhaust, so in the morning you can have it quiet so it doesn't wake up your neighbours, and then you can open it up and it will really bellow. Doesn't like to be driven slow, it just wants to put its power down all the time. So I'm just going to hold back and I'll show you what I mean. So right at the moment I'm in third gear. seats as well. They keep you right. They keep you in the right tight position. And I'll see you all next time.